Hi, welcome to the channel of Selfish Gene. Uh, Let me tell you why I've chosen Selfish Gene. No reason actually. The book, it comes from a book actually, which is titled Selfish Gene, written by Richard Dawkins, and the summary which I read behind essentially says that genes act as a sort of alien host used in humans as a way to propagate themselves, proliferate, etc. etc. Once I start reading the book, which I haven't started, once I start reading it, I'll let you know if I understand what he's talking about. Okay, so my name, Sam. I don't know if it's short for Samantha. Okay, this is like an alias name which I'm using. It's not my real name. So I'll take it as Sam. Don't call me Samantha. I mean, that's just too long to type out, so Sam is fine. And today I want to talk to you about, as you can see through this paper, you can already see disappointment over there. So yeah, that's going to be my topic today. This is a sad face. Yeah, so disappointment. Heavy topic actually, but it's what I feel that I'm comfortable talking about right now because I just experienced it. Okay, so disappointment can be in a lot of ways. You can disappoint yourself, you can disappoint others, and it's not a pretty feeling. I mean, it's a very dowdy, very bad feeling. One of the most horrible feelings you can ever feel. And the one I think I've disappointed the most is my dad. Yes, very cliche, I know. We all disappoint our dads, we all disappoint our moms. Yeah, so for me, basically, the only person I think I ever disappointed is my dad. My mom's fine, I mean, she's totally okay. And my sister, let's say my sister doesn't care. I'm sure she does, but I'm not really worried about disappointing her. It's basically my dad. Now, don't get me wrong, I mean, my dad is like this really awesome person. He's like an encyclopedia of this whole world. He knows a lot of stuff. He's really supportive, gives really great advice. But sometimes he can be a bit too much. I mean, do you ever experience that there are times that things can get a bit too much to handle? I mean, and you feel like you're losing your mind. That's what I feel with my dad sometimes. Okay, so now let me go into the backstory a bit so that you understand where I'm coming from. When I was small, like around the age of 10 and before that, I had a lot of ambitions, like astronaut, mailman, president, pianist, sculptor, designer, photographer, teacher, Powerpuff Girls, researcher. Yes, Powerpuff Girls. Don't judge me. I was going through a phase. Whatever. Doctor, chef, like a lot of things. And I wanted to be lots. I had absolutely no idea which one I wanted to be. I just wanted to be everything. And I don't know if any of y'all have gone through that, but if you have, do tell me. I'd love to know if I'm the only person who's like this or if there are others like me. Anyways, so we're digressing, which I tend to do a lot. Don't mind it. Yeah, so I wanted to be a lot of things, and I can safely say that I'm on the track to become either a researcher or a scientist right now, because I'm doing my BSc as well as my BCom, as well as BA, as well as IAS. Okay, now this might seem a lot. I mean, you might be thinking, what is this girl doing? 3 courses plus IAS. Is she trying to be an all-rounder? Because she's not really succeeding, she's just becoming a nerd. And you know what? Probably you are right. And it's not like I've even put in a lot of effort into all of these. so I'm not exactly a nerd even. BSc is like my main course, which I go to college for, take classes for, do my practicals and everything, and it's a really interesting field. It's where I am most interested in. Lots of effort is put into that. BCom, not so much. I mean, commerce stream is the one stream that can put me to sleep for within 10 minutes. You don't have to put much effort into understanding anything. It's just derivation and maths and counting and plain boring, if you ask me. I mean, like, science is much more interesting. Commerce, not so much. And BA in economics, that's what I'm doing. It's not even painting, it's not even sculpting, it's not even craft, nothing. It's just economics. It's not even psychology, which is interesting. It's economics, which is basically just like commerce, only it's got more theories and you can use your mind a lot more. So yeah, these are the 3 courses which I'm doing. Apart from this, I'm also preparing for IAS. And okay, when I say preparing, I actually mean procrastinating. I'm not really doing anything about it. I'm just saying that I'm doing it, which is what we all do, right? So the reason why I disappoint my dad, I think around 6 months back, I decided to tell my dad I'm dropping BA as well as IAS preparations because it became too much for me. When I started with my first year, which is around 1 year back, my dad led me to believe that I can do all these 3 courses easily, which now I realize I was misguided. And I only took my dad's opinion on this. I did not stop to think if it was really that easy. And if it was that easy, why wasn't everybody doing it? So yeah, you can say that I'm a bit gullible, which is not a very good what do you call it? Good trait to have, I guess. I shouldn't be so gullible, not in this world. But anyways, it happened. And halfway into my first year, I started realizing that, man, this is becoming too much. I can't take it. I started growing a mind of my own, you could say. So I started deciding that, wait, I can't do all this. And I mean, when you go to college, you obviously start getting the mind of your own. You see people around you, you see what they're doing, and you realize that this isn't life. I want to be something more. So yeah, BA started getting in my way of having more free time to do stuff that I'm interested in. So I thought I'd cut BA loose as well as IAS. Now, for those of you who don't know, IAS is a kind of civil service exam which you take in India, and if you pass the preliminary, secondary rounds, go on to the interviews, and if you pass all of them, you get into a position of real big authority, power. I mean, the pay is not that much, but the power that you get is like tremendous. The benefits, the perks, the study leaves, etc. There's so many benefits to this job. And so the reason why I'm leaving it is because I'm not cut out for that. I do love studying, yes. I do love learning lots of things, but that's not where my heart is. That's not what I'm interested in. And you might think that, well, what does she know? What does she know what she's talking about? She's only 18 years old. She doesn't know what this world is like. Trust me, I know. I may not know so much, but yeah, I guess I do have kind of an inkling. I mean, I am living in this world. Obviously, I do know what is required to get into a job. What is the economy of this country. Will I even get a job? All this I do know, but IAS is not a way in which I feel I can channel all my creativity and all my energy. It's not what I'm interested in basically. Whereas BSc is what I like. So I decided to cut BA and IAS loose, and as soon as I decided that, I thought I'll tell my dad, because obviously he's the one pushing me to do all these things. I need to let him know, or else I can't just keep it and then it's going to create problems later. So I told him, and the reaction, well, it was of disappointment, shaking of the head, making noises with the tongue, like real disappointment. Like you could see as if it's as if he had just been defeated, and he gave me a huge lecture, like almost an hour long of lecture, telling me why I shouldn't drop it and I don't know what I'm doing. And basically it was a very depressing moment, of which I still cannot get out of my head because it really affected me. But I'm a kind of a rebel. I hate being told what to do. If I will take your advice, I will take your opinion, of course, but if it doesn't suit me, if I cannot do it, if I just don't want to do it, and I don't rebel without a cause. I do rebel keeping in mind that these have consequences, and that I'm making a decision when I am fully in my senses. I'm making my decision fully in my senses. So I was adamant that I would drop BA and IS and focus more on BCom BSc and nurture that way. But even though my dad may have agreed verbally, he hasn't agreed in his mind. He still keeps bringing up articles about IAS toppers who have made it, and how all they did was read the newspapers and study 12 hours a day every day for 1 year, and how it is not such a big deal, and just reading newspapers will get you everywhere. Well, if that was so, why doesn't everybody do it? Anyways, digressing from the point here. Point was that I disappointed my dad, and the feeling was, I felt he had been disappointed in me before when I decided to cut my hair. So in 10th, well, my hair was pretty long. It reached up to my shoulder blades, the bottom point of your shoulder blades, I guess, and I decided I wanted to change, because when my hair grows that long, it becomes literally like straw. It becomes dry and breaks easily, and it was not fun. It was definitely not fun, and especially in weather conditions like those you have in India, definitely not fun. So I cut it. I went to the site. Normal, reaching my shoulders, pretty okay. But my dad, he was not okay with it. It was a perfectly good full than it is, which it was not. It was actually much to criticize me and look disappointed again, that instead of wasting my time cutting my hair and making it more awful than it is, which it was not. It was actually much more better, and I felt more free with the hair, with what I'd cut. He thinks I'm wasting time in that. So anyways, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but then constantly bringing that up as a topic just to make your point, that's not fun. So that's the haircut I got when I was, I think, in 11th. So 11th, 12th, I had this kind of a haircut, and during my first year degree college, I changed to this. pretty bold move actually, because the last time I had this short hair was when I was in 7th, and so after say what 5-6 years I had this short hair, and I liked it. I was actually happy with the haircut I got. But my dad once again decided to give me a lecture. But by then I'd become used to his lectures and his constant disappointment in me, so it didn't hurt as much, but it sure felt horrible. What I wanted to say is that I've become used to disappointing him, basically. It's not a very proper way to put it, but I've become used to him not being happy in what I choose to do. He always thinks I can do more, and yeah, I could do more, but this is what I'm choosing. This is what I'm interested in. But all he wants to do is talk, but never listen. Just talking and talking, and there's no way to get a point across to him without shouting. And the moment you shout, that's when hell freezes over or whatever. I don't know. That's when nothing goes properly. So that's my take on disappointment. If you get what I'm trying to say, if you understand, and if you have been through this kind of a situation with anybody, with yourself, with someone else, then let me know in the comments below. And the kind of videos that I'll be uploading are probably like this. I will mix it up once in a while. I don't know, something fun. But since this was my first video, I'm sorry about I still don't know how to edit videos, so it'll take me some time to learn. So, till I do that, bear with me. Thanks for listening. If you listen this long, then yeah, you're really awesome. Thanks for that. And let me know if you did listen this long, and also let me know if you have disappointed anybody else and how was the experience, and if you have become used to it. Yeah, so bye.